Imagine for a moment this unique cafe, a place where time isn't quite, linear.
Right.
What if you could step back
Yeah.
just into one specific moment from your past?
Okay.
Not to change anything that happened, not a single thing, but maybe change yourself.
That's an interesting twist.
Yeah. So today we're doing a deep dive into this paradox. It's an enchanting but really peculiar underground Japanese cafe. We're using our sources to explore its mysterious rules and maybe more importantly, the really personal journeys of the people who go there.
Yeah, those stories are quite something.
Our mission really is to unpack not just how the time travel works here, but, why? Why would anyone do it when the main rule is so absolute?
The present cannot be changed. Full stop.
Exactly.
It's a fascinating idea, isn't it? It really makes you wonder what change even means.
Totally.
We'll be looking at the very human reasons people are drawn there, seeking maybe solace or understanding.
Even when they know things won't actually, change externally.
Precisely. It's all internal.
Okay, so let's explore the place itself first, because it's definitely not your average Starbucks.
No, not at all.
Picture this. You go down these stairs, right? Off the street, into a basement, no windows.
None.
And the whole place just feels old. Like it's stained with this sepia color, almost like an old photo.
Yeah, like you've stepped back in time just by entering.
And the lighting is dim. Just, 6 shaded lamps from the ceiling? And one wall lamp.
That's it. Very moody. Very removed. You'd have no idea if it was day or night without a watch.
And the clocks. Even the clocks seem designed to mess with you.
Oh, definitely. 3 big antique ones on the wall.
But they all show different times.
Exactly. So you have to check your own watch. It forces you out of sync.
What really gets me, though, is the temperature thing.
Ah, yes. That's genuinely strange.
A windowless basement in Japan, where summers get insanely hot, like over 30 degrees Celsius.
Easily. Even up to 41 degrees in some places like Iwasaki. Brutal humidity, too.
But the cafe, always cool. Pleasant, even.
Always. Inexplicably. No explanation given.
It adds to that feeling of being somewhere else, somewhere outside of normal reality.
And it feels old, too, doesn't it, that cash register?
Oh, yeah. From the Showa period, like 1925. Weighs a ton, apparently.
40 kilograms. And it clanks loudly, like an old typewriter, whenever someone pays.
So even paying for coffee sounds ancient.
Pretty much. And speaking of coffee...
Right. Only one kind served.
An Ethiopian mocha. Very specific aroma, described as having this, bitter fruitiness complex.
Definitely not for everyone, as the source mentions.
No. Suits the place, though. Distinctive.
But the cafe is really defined by the people, right? The staff, the regulars.
Absolutely. They're the fabric of it. You've got Kazu.
The waitress, calm, cool.
Yeah.
And she has this unique role we'll get into.
Indeed. And Nagar, the manager.
The guy who makes his own butter and gives it away.
That's him. Very particular about his condiments, apparently. Free butter.
Then there's Kai, Nagar's cousin's wife.
Yes, Key. She's described as really cheerful, free-spirited, despite having a weak heart. That becomes important.
Okay. And Yaeko Hirai.
Ah, Hirai-san. Runs a snack bar nearby, often in curlers, loud clothes.
Very direct. Maybe a bit brash.
Yeah, but there's, more going on beneath the surface. A deeper vulnerability.
Okay. And then the mystery woman.
The woman in the white dress. Always there, always reading.
And she's sitting in the seat. The time-traveling seat.
Which brings us neatly to the rules.
This is where it gets really, really interesting and kind of mind-bending.
Definitely. Rule number 1, the big one.
No matter what you do, what you say in the past,
Yeah.
the present will not change.
It's the absolute core of it, the foundation. It's not about changing events. It's something else.
It's like the universe corrects itself. You mentioned that example.
Right. If someone from the future got, say, shot in the past.
Which sounds like a terrible idea, by the way.
Absolutely. But if it happened, a series of, almost impossible coincidences would occur to make sure they survive in the present.
Like a top surgeon just happens to be there.
Right.
Or they miraculously have the rare blood type.
Exactly that sort of thing. The outcome for the present timeline is fixed. Immutable.
Okay, wait. That just feels so limiting, like crushingly so.
It does, doesn't it?
Why would anyone even try? If nothing you do matters for the outcome, it feels like a setup, almost.
I think that's a natural reaction, but the meaning isn't in changing the external world. It's internal. It changes you.
Okay, I'm starting to see. So how do you actually do it? You need that specific seat.
that one particular seat, and it's almost always taken.
By the woman in white, who's a ghost.
Correct. So you literally have to wait for the single moment each day when she gets up to use the toilet.
That's incredibly specific. And you can't just, ask her to move or nudge her.
Absolutely not. If you try and force her off the seat, you get cursed.
Cursed? What does that even mean here?
It's described as this invisible force making you feel incredibly heavy, unable to move, and there's this eerie wailing sound.
Okay, nope. Definitely wouldn't try that. Sounds terrifying.
It's a strong deterrent. And only Kazu, the waitress,
Right. The calm.
only she can lift the curse. And she does it by offering the ghost coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee, which, for some reason, the ghost cannot refuse.
That is such a weird, specific loophole.
It is. It hints there's more going on, deeper rules maybe, and it can be exploited, apparently.
Okay, so you get the seat, you travel back, then what?
You cannot leave the seat while you're in the past. You're fixed there.
Stuck in the chair. Okay, and there's a time limit.
A strict one.
Yeah.
You have to finish your cup of coffee before it gets cold.
War.
Or you get stuck.
Or
Permanently. In the past, you become a ghost yourself, maybe like the woman in white.
Whoa. Okay, the stakes are high then. Don't linger over your coffee.
Definitely not.
Right.
And to get to the right day, you need to really focus, form a clear mental image of that specific day and time.
Concentration's key. What about the future? You mentioned that's possible.
It is possible, yes. But almost nobody tries it.
Why not? Seems like it could be useful.
Because there's absolutely no way to guarantee the person you want to meet will actually be in the cafe at that future time. It's too uncertain.
Ah, right. You could travel 10 years ahead and just sit there alone.
Exactly. Too much risk of disappointment, maybe.
So with all these incredibly specific, almost frustrating rules, where changing the outside world is off the table, who does it? Who takes that journey?
That's the real heart of it, isn't it? The power isn't in big changes. It's in these intensely personal shifts.
Let's get into those stories. 4 people whose lives were changed.
Yeah.
Just not in the way you'd expect.
Okay, first up, Fumiko. Described as a workaholic.
Right. And she dressed up for the first time, apparently, for a serious talk with her boyfriend, Goro.
And he drops the bomb. He's leaving. Got his dream job in America.
Oof. And she wants to go back just a week to stop him right, or at least talk properly.
Yes, but then she learns the rule. The present won't change. And at first, she's skeptical, thinks it's a trick.
Until she tries to move the ghost.
Exactly. She experiences the curse firsthand, the heaviness, the wailing, and then she believes.
So she sits in the chair, goes back,
Yeah.
desperate to change things, but she can't say it.
Can't say I love you. Can't say don't go.
Why not? What holds her back?
The source suggests pride, maybe, her focus on her own work, maybe even a bit of jealousy that his career was, taking off faster.
Complex. And then Goro reveals something.
Yes. He talks about his insecurity. He has this large burn scar, right, from his eyebrow to his ear.
Okay.
And he always believed women found him repulsive because of it. He expected Fumiko to leave him eventually for someone better looking. He called it an invisible barrier.
Wow. That changes everything, his whole perspective.
It does. And just as Fumiko's about to return, sipping the last of her coffee, Goro, with his back to her, whispers something.
What? Please wait 3 years. Then I'll return, I promise.
So she comes back to the present.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed externally. Goro's still gone. Still gone. But her understanding of him, of why he acted the way he did, why he left, that's completely changed. She understands his heart now.
It wasn't about stopping him leaving. It was about understanding why.
Okay.
That's powerful.
Very. Next, we have Kotake. She's a nurse.
And her husband, Kusagi, has early onset Alzheimer's, progressing fast.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. His memory is fading, newest memories first. He's starting to forget her, forget their life. Calls her by her maiden name sometimes.
Oh, man. And he keeps going to the cafe, hoping to go back, fix something.
Yes. Kotake finds out he wanted to give her a letter back in the past.
So she decides to travel back to get the letter.
She does, but she's unsure, Is it right? Getting a letter from the past when the present won't change anyway?
The encounter in the past must have been difficult.
Extremely. Fusagi, in the past, he recognizes her. He knows she's from the future. And he asks her directly.
Asks what?
So I forget you.
Oh, God. What does she say?
She can't lie with her silence. She confirms it. You can imagine the devastation. But then, her nurse instincts kick in, maybe. Seeing his despair, she tells him a lie. A compassionate one.
What does she tell him?
She says, actually, your illness does get better, and You recover. She puts all her strength into it.
Even though she knows it's not true.
Right. Believing it's worth it. Just to ease his anxiety in that moment, even if the future is still the same.
Wow. And the letter. Does she get it?
He gives it to her then, but she doesn't read it until she's back in the present.
And the message.
It's incredibly moving. He asks her if things get too hard, not to stay with him just as a nurse, out of sympathy, but to stay as his wife. Because that's what he truly wants. It shows his deep love, his fear of losing her identity in his fading memory.
And she finds something else out, too. About his notes.
Yes. She thought his travel notes were just like work stuff, but they're actually lists of all the places they visited together, memories he was trying to hold on to.
So she returns. Obviously upset, but...
But with this renewed determination to care for him as his wife, understanding his love endures even as his memory fails.
That's profound. Okay, third story, Yaiko Hirai.
Hirai-san, the snack bar owner, loud, maybe a bit abrasive on the surface.
Right, and she's dealing with the death of her younger sister, Kumi. Car accident.
Yes, and Kumi died coming back from visiting Hirai. So the parents blame Hirai.
Ouch. And Hirai feels guilty, too.
Deeply. She admits she'd neglected Kumi for years, like 13 years. Avoided her, threw away her letters.
So she's desperate to go back. And she actually tries to force the ghost.
She does. She gets cursed. It really shows you those rules are serious business.
And Kazu lifts the curse, of course.
Of course. Coffee works wonders.
So Hirai travels back to the day Kumi visited the cafe just 3 days before she died. What's her plan?
She wants to apologize for everything. And she wants to yell, "Don't die."
Does she?
She can't quite manage it. The words get stuck, despite wanting to so badly.
But something good happens.
Yes. Kumi is absolutely thrilled because Hirai finally agrees to something Kumi always wanted.
Which way?
To go back home to Takakura and help run the family in together. It was Kumi's lifelong dream.
So in that moment, Kumi is happy. But then the alarm goes off.
Special alarm stick, yeah. They only use it for people visiting someone who's already deceased. It warns Hirai her time is almost up.
And she hesitates. Doesn't want to drink the coffee.
You can feel it. She doesn't want to leave Kumi again, knowing what's coming.
But she has to. And Kumi had written a final letter, too.
Yes, which Hirai reads after returning. And it reveals Kumi's dream was always about working with Hirai. It wasn't about wanting freedom or blaming her sister. It was about connection.
So Hirai returns to the present. What does she do?
Despite her parents being cold, despite having no experience, she immediately decides she's going back to Takakura.
To run the inn.
Yes. To create, as she puts it, a more wonderful legacy for Kumi's life. It's a total shift in her character, her purpose.
Again, the past didn't change. Kumi still died. But Hirai is transformed.
Completely. Her future path is now entirely different because of that visit.
Okay, one more. Kita, Nagar's cousin's wife. The cheerful one with the heart condition.
Yes. And despite the heart condition, she's pregnant.
Which is dangerous for her.
Very. The doctor warns it could be fatal for both her and the baby, and it would definitely shorten her own lifespan.
And she's terrified, naturally, of not being there for her child.
Understandably. So she decides she wants to travel to the future.
To meet her child. Nagar objects, right.
Strongly. He's afraid it would destroy her if, for some reason, the child wasn't there in the future.
But Kazu supports her.
Quietly, yes. Kazu even promises to make sure the meeting happens. So Kei plans to go 10 years into the future. August 27th, her birthday, 3 p.m.
And she gets there, but it's not what she expects.
Not at all. She arrives in the future cafe. Nagare and Kazu aren't there. They're off in Hokkaido, apparently.
Who is there?
A man she doesn't recognize, who turns out to be Goro from the first story. Back from America, it seems.
Wow, connections everywhere. So Kei's initially disappointed. No child in sight.
Very disheartened. But then there's a phone call from Nagar and Kazu in the present of that future time.
And they clear things up.
Big time. There was a mix-up in the time calculation. She didn't travel 10 years.
She went 15 years into the future.
Exactly. And the young girl who's working in the cafe then, Miki.
That's her daughter.
That's her daughter, 15 years old.
Oh my goodness. How does that meeting go?
Well, at first, Kei misreads Miki's quietness. She worries Miki resents her for, only being brought into this world given Kei's health risks.
But that's not it.
No. Miki senses Kei's sadness, her uncertainty, and eventually the girl says it.
Says what?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being my mom.
Oh, wow. Just, wow.
Yeah. Direct, simple, but everything Kei needed to hear.
So Kei returns to her present.
With a happy heart. full of understanding, full of love for the daughter she now knows she'll have and who appreciates her.
And the outcome.
The very next day, she checks into the hospital. And in the spring, she gives birth to a healthy baby girl. The future trip didn't change her health, but it gave her the strength and peace she needed.
So we come back to it. The big question, the paradox.
If the present doesn't change, what is the point of that chair?
And Kazu, the quiet waitress, she has the answer, doesn't she?
She does. It's simple but profound. She believes that no matter what difficulties people face, they will always have the strength to overcome them. It just takes heart.
And if the chair can change someone's heart, it clearly has its purpose.
Exactly. And these stories, Fumiko, Kotake, Hirai, Kei, they just perfectly illustrate that.
Each trip couldn't change a single external fact.
Not one. But each trip fundamentally changed the traveler's internal reality. Their understanding, their acceptance, their resolve, their heart.
It really highlights something about us, doesn't it? How much our perception shapes our reality.
Absolutely. Even if the facts are fixed, seeing them differently, understanding the emotions behind them, that can change everything for the person experiencing it.
Our own feelings, our beliefs, they filter how we see everything.
Like how an artist's style might completely change over their life, reflecting their inner world, even if they're painting the same subject. Our perception shifts.
It's not about changing the landscape. It's about changing how you see it. Changing the world inside.
Precisely.
So here's something to think about. A final thought for you listening. What would you do if you could go back, sit in that chair, knowing you couldn't change a single event, but knowing the journey might change you?
Yeah. What moment would you revisit?
What unspoken words, what unasked questions would pull you there? And maybe more importantly, what understanding, what changed perspective would you hope to bring back to your present?
Maybe the biggest journeys aren't the ones that change the world around us.
But the ones that change our hearts.